Good evening. Had a few little problems there trying to go live. So, thank you for joining me again. And this evening's class, I'm hopefully going to make it a little bit of a shorter class. So, I'm aiming to make it a 45-minute class, and it's going to be a slow flow class. So, just nice and stretchy, nice and relaxing. A couple of challenging things in there, but it's going to be really slow down. So hopefully just give you a chance to unwind and just to connect to your inner space. And yeah, it should be a nice class. So we're going to start in child's pose. So bringing knees together and sitting back on the heels. Hands can be forward or back, whatever feels good for you today. And as always, we'll just get settled in for a moment. And just letting go of your day. And just taking a moment just to notice how you feel right now. Noticing how your body feels. And bringing your awareness to your breath. And just begin to deepen your breath now. So really drawing your inhale down into your abdomen. And with every exhale, just letting go a little bit more. And maybe starting to activate an ujjayi breath, breathing with sound. The sound of a distant ocean. And just lifting the gaze slightly now. We'll take an inhale. And as we exhale, let's walk our hands over to the left and just send the hips to the right slightly. As we just take a nice side stretch. Let's relax the head. Maybe you can feel the stretch into that right arm, into the right hip, the lower back. And just becoming aware of the body, of feelings in the body. And inhale, we'll walk the hands back through center. And exhale, walk them over to the right. And again, hips tip left slightly here. Again, keeping those deep breaths going. And as you exhale, see if you can relax, soften a little bit more into the posture. And inhale, walking the hands back through center. And exhale. Let's tuck the toes under. Let's send the hips back and up and find downward facing dog. So feet, hips width apart. Let's just pedal through the legs. Just stretching out the backs of the legs here. And again, just taking a moment to notice how the body feels. Maybe coming into a little twist. Maybe turning the head side to side. And let's bend the knees, bring the thighs towards the stomach. Find length through your spine. And keeping that spine nice and long, just begin to straighten the legs. Stop if the upper back starts to round at any point. Let's draw the navel to the spine. And looking forward, we're going to drop the knees back onto the mat nice and slowly with control. So coming into a tabletop position. The fingers spread and the palms pressing into the mat. Let's bring the tops of the feet onto the mat. We'll tuck the tailbone under slightly just to find our core. Wrap the triceps under. Press hands into the mat, round through the upper back. Squeeze banders. Draw navel in, lift pelvic floor. And we're just going to hold it here. So pressing knees, feet, hands into the mat. Just trying to find roots through your hands, through your knees, your legs, your feet. So not much going on, but hopefully lots going on inside. And just turning your focus inside and just noticing how this feels. And let's take some cat-cows now. As we inhale, drop the navel, find opening through the front body, half forward, look up. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Tuck in tailbone under, press through the shoulders, chin comes to the chest. Inhale, coming into your cow. Exhale into your cat. And we'll do a few rounds of each. Inhale. As you move into your cow, move more quickly or more slowly if you need to, just to stay with your own breath. And just connecting breath to movement as we begin to dance with our body. Dance with our breath even. After your next exhale, we'll come back to that neutral spine. Again, just check in that the lower back isn't dipping. And we're just going to start to move. So taking some circles just around the wrists. Just working through the wrists. And let's make those rotations the opposite way now. Now nice and slowly, just feeling the movement. And coming back to center. And now's your opportunity to just do whatever feels nice in your body. So maybe bring in hip to shoulder. Maybe continuing with your cat-cows. Or maybe making those rotation movements again. Maybe dipping forward a little bit here. Maybe pressing back into child's pose. Again, just your chance to explore on your mat. Maybe making some figure of 8 movements. And again, just going where your body feels it wants to go right now. And when you're ready, coming back to center, let's tuck the toes under, send the hips back and up, and find that downward facing dog again. Walking the hands towards the feet, and we'll find a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to, soften the neck. Nothing too crazy, just allowing the upper body to hang from the hips. Maybe bending into one knee, opening through the side body. Now bending through the opposite knee. And walking those hands forward again, finding that downward dog. Lifting sit bones to the ceiling. Now stretch out those legs. And look forward to the hands. Inhale as you walk your feet forward. Feet together, big toes touching. Extend your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Find that extension through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And rooting down through the feet. Inhale as we come all the way up to standing. We'll take the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, bring hands heart center. Closing your eyes. And as always, just taking a moment. Connecting to your intention. Why did you turn up on your mat this evening? Why are you here? And gently opening the eyes. Inhale, raising the breath. And exhale, we're not going to fold forward, we're just going to take the arms nice and wide. Inhale, take the arms wide, bring them back up. Finding that prayer. And exhale, hands come back towards the heart. Inhale, raise the prayer. Look up behind the thumbs. Exhale, take the arms wide. Inhale, raising the arms again. Nice and open through the chest. Palms touch. Exhale, hands come back towards the heart. Let's heel toe the feet, hips width apart. Inhale, raise your prayer again. Exhale, take the arms wide. Interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, let's draw the shoulder blades together, hands away from the back, and exhale, subtle knee bend as we fold forward. And allowing the arms to fall overhead as we work into our shoulder extension here. At the same time, working into the backs of those legs. And again, let's bend through the right knee. Let's try to bring the right shoulder towards the right knee. And then switch in. Left knee bends, left shoulder comes towards the left knee. And again, bending through the right, shoulder comes towards that knee. Bending through the left, shoulder comes towards the left. Let's do one more each side. Exhaling as you bring the shoulder towards the knee. Inhaling through center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale through center. And exhale, releasing the hands to the mat. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, stepping the feet back, straight into our downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg towards the ceiling, finding our three-legged dog and just increasing that stretch through the back of that left leg. Keep that right hip down, press back through that right heel. Inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee, bring that knee towards the chin, squeeze. Inhale, send that foot back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Hold it there for 3. Round the upper back, find that strength for 2. 1, and plant the right foot between the hands, drop the back knee to the mat, coming into a low lunge. Let's bring that left knee forward so it's underneath that left hip. Right knee over the right ankle, tuck in tailbone under, finding a nice stretch through the front of this left thigh. Dropping the top of the foot to the mat if you wish, or you can keep the toes tucked under, whatever feels good for you. Again, if it doesn't feel great on that knee, just add some cushion under that knee or roll your mat over. And let's just work into this quad. Keep tucking that tailbone under. Hands can stay on hips or hands come to your knee. So we really want to be rounding through the back here. So really working the stretch in that leg. And now keeping this all on. So keeping that tailbone tucked under, keeping that work going through the quad. Let's start to tip forward slightly into that right heel. And it might not need much. So just pressing into that right heel. Holding. Breathing. Again, keeping this work on. Left hand onto that right knee. Take the right arm forward. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Don't allow the work to stop in that left leg. Keep tucking that tailbone under. Now we're working into the upper back as well. Maybe looking back towards that right hand. Maybe releasing that right knee and taking the left arm forward. Notice what happens. Do you lose the work in that left leg? Inhale, bring that right arm forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's take this right foot forward, making our way into our half splits. As always, if it's a little bit intense, just keep that toe pointed or flex that right ankle. And let's work through the back of that right leg a little bit. Option to stay here, chest nice and open. Option to fold forward. And letting go of the work, I should have said, in this left leg now. It's all about the back of the right leg at this moment. And lifting the gaze, we'll bring that right foot back onto the mat. Take the hands either side of the right foot, tuck the back toes under, and we'll send that right foot back to meet the left, finding your downward facing dog. Also, inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog if you wish. And exhale, tucking toes, press back, downward facing dog. And again, just taking a moment to notice how the body feels. Do you feel a difference now between the right and left side? Are they still pretty similar? Let's raise the left leg to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Again, drop that left hip down. Press back through that right thigh. Work in the back of that right leg. Press back through that left heel. Inhale. Exhale, bend that left knee, bring it in, around through the spine. Inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, and we're holding this time. Around the spine, find that compression. Hold for 3. Keep the breath going. For 2. 1. Bringing that left foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee to the mat. And again, let's just check that that right knee is underneath the hip. Tucking tailbone under. Again, find the work in that right thigh, in that right quadricep. Hands on that left knee. Squeeze glutes. Pull everything under. Work that leg. So almost we should be rounding a little bit through the back here. Chest collapsing if you're working hard enough into this. Not too hard. You're just finding that point. It's making us work. It's making us sweat a little bit. But there's no pain. There's no pain in that leg. And keep tucking that tailbone under. As soon as you feel the tension ease, work a little bit more. And now keeping that work on, we're going to start to lean forward. Not lean forward, but just drive into that left heel a little bit more. But keeping that tailbone tucking under. So again, maybe it's not much. Maybe you're going a little bit further forward. I mean, not much today. The legs are very tight today. And keeping the work on, right hand on that left knee, left arm forward, and we'll open up. Twisting, and maybe gazing towards that left hand. Again, just make sure we haven't lost the effort through that right leg. Keep the breath going. Maybe releasing that left leg, reaching right arm forward. a little bit challenging, maybe easy peasy. And inhale, bring in left arm forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's straighten this left leg. Finding our half splits. And again, that foot can be pointed or ankle flexed. Just work in the back of that left leg. Staying here if you wish, inhaling. Or exhale, folding forward. Relax, release, let go. Breathe into your tension. And inhale, lifting the gaze, bringing that left foot back onto the mat. Tucking the back toes under and sending that left leg back to meet the right. Finding your downward dog, taking a rest or taking a vinyasa. Inhale as we move forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And raising that right leg towards the ceiling again, finding that three-legged dog. And now pointing the toe, and let's open the hip and send that right foot high. Try to keep the chest square here. Try not to open up too much. Option to bend that right knee. Open through the quads. Inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee. Bring it in towards a chin squeeze. Inhale, send it back. Find that open hip, reach that foot high. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Inhale, send it back, open up. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Holding it here. Option 1 to hold it here. Option 2, pivot on that back foot. See if you can find the sole of the foot. So almost coming into a side plank here. Option 2, hold it here. Hold that knee. Option 3, take the outside of the foot, straighten the leg. Keep holding. Option 4, release the foot. Take that left arm high. And exhale, bringing the left hand back down, send the right foot back and up. And exhale, bring that right foot through, plant it between the hands. Finding high lunge this time. Let's hold our high lunge. Right knee over the ankle, sinking those hips nice and low. And working more through the hip flexor now. Hopefully, maybe a little bit different in your body. Maybe you're feeling this more in the front of that right hip. Work the heart forward. And inhale, let's make our way up. Crescent lunge. So again, keep sinking those hips low. Reach through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Exactly as we did earlier. Option to stay here. Option, if it's available, dropping that right hand onto that left leg. Opening up. Keep driving through that right heel. Maybe lifting the gaze. Maybe looking towards that back foot. Inhale. And exhale, release. Hands to the mat. Inhale, send the right foot back to meet the left. Again, rest in your downward dog if you wish. or vinyasa. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg high. Three-legged dog first. Pressing back through that right hip, that right leg, and still working the flexibility there. Now point the toe and open up. Shoot that foot high. Again, just be mindful we're trying to keep the chest square. If it starts to open up, notice when it's done that, draw it back down. Inhale. Exhale, close the hip, bend the knee, bring it in. Inhale, send it back up, open the hip. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Inhale, send it up, open hip. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Again, we're holding it here at option 1. Keep that breath going. Option 2 is to find the sole of that back foot. Option 3, maybe holding that left knee. Option 4, maybe take it outside of that left foot, straightening it out. Option 5 is to release the foot completely, and taking the right arm high. Inhale. Exhale. Find the mat with the right hand. Send that left leg back. And downward facing dog. Holding your downward dog. Or let's take a vinyasa. Inhale to move forward. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, drop knees to the mat. Knees together or knees wide. And we'll rest in child's. Lifting the gaze. We'll come to seated. Swing the legs to the left. Coming onto the bum. Legs straight. And let's find our forward fold. So again, find your sit bones. As always, you can sit on a block here or a cushion. If you're finding that the hips are tipping backwards slightly and you can't move them forward, a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt. If you're going well, we'll start to move forward from the hips. Take the shins, the ankles. You know where you're going, those that are familiar with the practice. Just find where it feels good. And this time, usually I would say move forward. You can do this if you wish. Move forward with the heart. Try to keep the back straight. But let's relax completely if you can. Round through your spine. Just opening up the entire back side of the body. And lifting the gaze, inhale, coming up. And exhale, release. Bringing the right knee up, bending the right knee. I'm going to bring the right foot across the body. So here, so the right foot is back. It's not here on the outside of the knee. We've got it on the razor edge of that right foot and bring it over. So this is our cow face pose or half cow face pose. This is a nice stretch into the hips. You can stay here, option 1, especially if you're quite closed in the hips, stay here. Option 2, you're going to bend that left knee and bring that left foot around. So just making yourself comfortable in this posture. You may need to move the calf. Sometimes I find that my calf gets stuck in this posture. It's not very comfortable for my calf, so just have a wiggle around. And again, option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, let's fold forward and relax. And see if you can let go. Just release through that right hip. If you feel any pain in the knees, just back out of this posture. Remember, we want to be doing this practice potentially for the rest of our life, so we don't want to injure ourselves early on. We need to be patient. It can take weeks, months, years to work through tension in particular parts of our bodies. So just relax. Can you close your eyes here? Can you really go inside? Can you really pinpoint the tension? Can you focus so much on that tension, it takes it down to a pin, like it's a pinpoint. And inhale, coming back up. We'll keep the legs as they are. We're going to bring Karina to a twist. Bring the right hand behind the back, left hand onto that right knee. Inhale, find length, and exhale, twisting. Just gazing over the right shoulder or behind you. And as always, we'll just stay here, just moving with the breath for a little bit. Inhale, coming back to the front. Exhale, we'll take a little counter pose. So just bringing the hands to the left side. Just folding towards that right foot. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing. Let's bring the knees together. Let's find a Navasana. And it can be whichever variation of Navasana that feels good for you right now. Easy version. Next, version 2, version 3, or as always, our full Navasana. Or you can work alternate legs. Use whatever feels nice for you right now. We'll hold a couple more breaths if you can. And release. Give yourself a squeeze. Let's straighten those legs out. And we'll do the same on the left side. So the left knee bends. Bringing that left foot into your cow face position. So again, the razor edge, the outside of the foot is on the mat. And again, maybe we're here. Maybe this is enough in our hips. And it can differ. Sometimes I'll just stay here. This is fine for me some days. Otherwise, you're bending that right knee. And again, have a wiggle around. Find where feels comfortable for you in this posture. And again, maybe you're staying here. Just working that left hip down. Or maybe you want to fold forward. And again, just trying to release, let go, soften the shoulders, soften the face. Just check for any tension in the jaw. Just allow that tension to go. Melt, melt, melt. And keep that breath going. Deep breaths. With every exhale, just relaxing, releasing into that left hip a little bit more. And again, see if you can really focus into the tension in that left hip. See if you can bring that tension to a point. And then breathe into that point. I like to imagine it like a little white light, a little bit of heat And I bring it down to that point and I breathe into it. And in this focus, sometimes some of the most challenging postures, the deepest stretches sometimes, you can find relaxation, you can find ease. You can release some of the discomfort that we feel in some stretches. And coming all the way back up, coming into that twist. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind the back. And twist, opening up to the left side. And again, move with the breath. Inhale to find length. And exhale to twist a little bit more if you can. And staying here a few more breaths. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, counter twist. Just twisting and folding towards that left foot. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, releasing from the posture. Knees together. And let's find that Navasana again. I like how I said I was going to do a 45-minute class. It's already 40 minutes. Typical me. We'll take it down in a little bit. Hold your Navasana. How long are we going to be here? Who knows? Just surrender to the posture. And you can always take an easier variation if you need to. Inhale. And exhale, slowly, coming all the way down onto our backs. Let's take the arms overhead for a deep stretch. And let's draw the knees into the chest, give ourselves a squeeze. Let's come into happy baby. So bending your knees, reaching towards those feet. Options, as always, taking hold of the big toes. You can take the insides of the feet, you can take the calves, you can take the backs of the legs. Or if you can, reach towards the outside of the feet and draw the elbows inside of those legs. And we'll just work into our hips a little bit more, work into our hamstrings a little bit more. Flexing your feet, heels towards the ceiling. And again, just be mindful that that bum isn't lifting up. Keep drawing your tailbone towards the mat. So as if you were trying to make an imprint of your back on your mat. From your sacrum all the way up to the shoulders. And maybe straightening through one leg, and bending, and straightening through the opposite leg, bending. Or you can stay in your happy baby with both knees bent if that feels good. Maybe bringing soles of the feet together as we come into Baddha Konasana, variation of Baddha Konasana. It's kind of between Baddha Konasana and happy baby pose. Interlacing the fingers behind the feet. Just working into the hips, maybe adding a little bit of a rock here. Whatever feels nice in your body. And let's pike the legs towards the ceiling. We'll take the hands onto the mat. It's a nice restorative posture to release blood from the legs, allowing our heart to rest here as well. I'm going to be lowering the legs about halfway towards the mat. So first thing, make sure that the tailbone is tucked under. If you are hyper-arched in the lower back, bring the hands underneath the buttocks, and that will provide a little bit of support for the lower back. Just lowering those legs about halfway or to the point where your lower back feels like it's going to lift. Keep working that lower back down though. Keep tucking that tailbone under as you lower those legs. And we're just going to hold. Keep breathing. Don't hold the breath. Hold the banders on. Is the navel drawing towards the spine? Is the pelvic floor squeezing? Just a few more breaths here. Hold if you can. You can always bend the knees or lift the legs back up or take them all the way down. Almost there. One more breath. And exhale, lowering those legs down with control. Let's take those heels wide. And let's take up space with the arms, palms facing up. As always, if you have a blanket close to hand or a jumper, please take it, cover yourself with your blanket. We should have built up some heat during that practice, but it's not as strenuous as the usual class that I do. So especially if you're already feeling a bit chilly coming into your Shavasana, always cover yourself. Bring your shoulder blades under the back. And tuck the chin slightly. And release the bandhas. Release the Ujjayi breath. And close your eyes. And just noticing your body right now. Noticing how heavy the body is. Now poor little feet that have to carry this weight around. And just notice any sensations that you're feeling in your body right now. And bring your awareness to the breath. Just your natural breath. Bringing your awareness to the forehead. Can you soften the forehead a little bit more here? Softening the eyebrows. And you soften behind the eyes. And we'll take a deep inhale. Exhale the breath, completely connect the navel to the spine. Inhale the breath into your heart space. Exhale the breath into the fingertips, the toes, and start to wiggle those fingers and toes and bring some movement back to your body. And when you're ready, rotating your wrists, your ankles. And moving your limbs. Bringing your feet together, take your arms overhead for a full body stretch. And draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Rocking from side to side. Rocking to your right hand side. Just find some comfort on your right hand side. Blinking the eyes open. And joining me again in a comfortable seated cross-legged position. And when we're there, sitting nice and tall. As always, you can sit on a block if you need to. Let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center. Close the eyes. Reconnect with the breath. And I'd like you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for. And it can be absolutely anything, from the blanket that covers you, from a jumper, into a person in your life, or to an experience that you've had. And once you've thought of those 3 things, just sending total gratitude to those things. Complete gratitude. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Magena Mahi Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Samangalani Santu, Loksha Kalyana, Samvredi Rastu, Vishva Shanti Rastu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. Raising our hands to our heads for kindness in our thoughts, to our hearts for kindness in our actions, and to our lips for kindness in our words. From my heart to your heart, always. Namaste. So thank you once again for practicing with me. Hopefully a little bit shorter. I will get a 45-minute class in. If it kills me, I always seem to go over. So sorry guys, it was a 50, 55, 56-minute class. But yes, I hope you all feel a little bit more open, a little bit quieter in the mind. Hopefully you enjoy it a little bit slower. Still some deep things there, still some challenging things there, but hopefully just nice and relaxed you will be feeling now. As always, I will be back tomorrow with another class, and yeah, so stay safe, everyone. I'm dying. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, Bahamut. I'm sorry, Bahamut, if you're dying. That's not the idea. I don't mean to kill you. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's such a funny comment. No, I hope. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit challenging, but your body will hopefully thank you for it. Hopefully you found a little bit of meditation there, a little bit of peace. That's the idea. Yeah, I'm sorry if you feel like you're dying. But yeah, thank you anyway. Oh, just what you needed after a long day. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Sally. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a yeah. You know, if you're not used to my classes, then maybe that was a little bit stronger. I'm sorry, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and I shall see some of you tomorrow. As always, have a look at some of my videos. There's a lot on there now. This is day 22, I think. So 22, maybe more, because I did a couple of other classes on my channel. So there's lots of classes to try. If this was a little bit too strong, there's even more gentler classes that you can try. There's also a mantra meditation. I don't know if you saw that I put up yesterday. There's a nice mantra meditation for you guys. I'm going to add another one tomorrow, and I plan to add one every few days. A lot of people have asked for mantra meditations, so look out for those. That will be coming. But yeah, thank you. I'll shut up and I'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you, guys.